very early on is count. In fact, a lot of times you feel like a corrections officer because 3 or 4 times a day at summer camp, you're always counting. Say, well, I got 38, but no, 3 are over here. And I would always come up 2 short. And I would say, we're on 2. And it would always be Noah and Nathan would be off, playing the fire, doing something else. So, now when I count both of you, both of you are right here. So, and I think Don has a story to tell about something recently.
I remember going to summer camp and stuff, and Noah just loved to fish. He just that was his thing. He loved getting out there, just going to when there was a lake or a pond or something, he'd be out there fishing, and it was just ridiculous. And a couple weekends ago, I had the opportunity to go out with Mr. Phillips, my dad, and Noah and his family to Falls Lake, and we had ourselves a little fishing trip, which turned into an ice fishing trip. It was cold, the wind was blowing, and there was about half an inch ice over the lake, but we still went on. I think the only thing we caught was a little guppy I picked up from the ice. But it was still fun.
Technically, we didn't really catch that fish so much as break the ice open and pull the fish out. That was definitely a unique experience of the fishing trip. I wish it would have been one that was where we had a better chance to actually catch some fish, but we work with what we have. It was a great time. I enjoyed being out there. I had to write this down to make sure I get it right, so forgive me for not just speaking off the cuff. But Noah, John, Christine, this award is set up to recognize the joy, happiness, and life-fulfilling experience scouting gives to a scout, as well as the contribution made by that scout to the scouting movement by exemplifying the scout oath and law in his everyday life, despite significant life-threatening health issues. No, this disease may have ravaged your body, but it's not touched your heart, your spirit, or your soul. You still live up to all 12 points of the scout law, but here's some examples of the particular note that I always think about with you. You've remained loyal to the truth, your friends, family, and God. You've continued to be helpful to all those around you and those in need, even though it's hard to imagine someone being in more need than you. As always, you have continued to be friendly, courteous, kind, and cheerful. A smile and a kind word never far from your lips, and despite being in a tremendous amount of pain and only able to walk with significant effort, you'll still hold the door open for somebody else. And you still show genuine concern for other people around you, and the difficulties they may be going through, despite how trite they may seem in comparison. Let's face it, being able to face one's own mortality with dignity and grace and courage is the definition of brave. And finally, and perhaps most importantly of all, with a laundry list of reasons to question and doubt God, and to even be justifiably angry at God, you've never lost your faith. And you continue to be a humble servant of the Lord. The Scout's Reverend. You are his Reverend.
Now to present the Heart of the Eagle, please welcome Mr. Seth Asbill, Eagle Scout and District Executive for the Occoneechee Council.
It's an honor to be here with you tonight and honor to be with you. I'm privileged to be able to stand in this sacred space as we take part in this recognition of your life and of your scouting experience. I've not been able to be a part of that scouting experience directly. We've not camped together, we've not fished together, we've not experienced life together, but I've heard
so very much here that is testament to the kind of scout that you are. I'm reminded of the words we said right at the beginning of our opening, that a scout is brave. And that is on display well here today, and I know has been on display for your life. And that's worth celebrating. As we've heard, the Heart of the Eagle was created to recognize the joy, the happiness, and the life-fulfilling experience that scouting has given you, Noah. But also to recognize the contribution that you've made to the scouting experience of others. I think the scouts here in this troop, the scouts who are here on this stage, when they think back 20, 30, 40 years from now about their experience, they're going to remember. And they're going to think about the fun times and good experiences that they had and the impact that you've had on their life, undoubtedly. And so by exemplifying the scout oath and by exemplifying the scout law in your everyday life, despite the challenges that you faced, you've led and been an example to these other boys. That's worth celebrating, and that's what we're going to do tonight. So we recognize you and we present you and your family with this significant recognition. And as stories have been shared and as you've shown, you embody the spirit of joy and happiness for scouting and have lived your life in an exemplifying kind of way. Please accept, on my behalf, as a representative of the Occoneechee Council of the Boy Scouts of America, this award. And thank you for the example that you've given me, the example you've given us, and the example you've given scouting in your community, and the leadership you've provided in that way. Congratulations.
Before we close this court of honor and celebrate with dessert, please listen as we read some favorite passages that Noah has selected.
Jeremiah 29, verse 11. For I know the thoughts that I think toward you, saith the Lord, thoughts of peace and not of evil, to give you an expected end.
Psalms 18, 118, 17. I shall not die, but live and declare the works of the Lord.
Matthew 11:48. Come unto me, all you labor and are heavily laden, and I will give you rest.
Psalm 23, 1 through 6. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restoreth my soul. He leadeth me in paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. For thou art with me, thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of mine enemies. Thou anointest my head with oil, my cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever.
John 3:16. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whoever believed in him should not perish, but have everlasting life.
I now close this court of honor. Will the senior patrol leader, Joel Howe, please come to the stage?
One more thing. Put a couple things together. Get you this now. Now, I'll get that for you. Now. This is,
Picture of us from special ops camp out.
we went to a secret training facility, special ops trains there, and we did a camp out. We got to do all kinds of really cool stuff. One of my reasons is my favorite picture is because Noah, John, Nathan, and Nathan's dad, they were all there along with all the rest of Noah's patrol. It was a great weekend. A lot of fun. So here's another one.
Oh, that is awesome. I like that one. It's a collage of all the different things we